Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is a topic that's been beaten into the ground. Um, but I was up earlier and I made the unfortunate mistake of going to an IT board. And I check out a couple of the articles. Obviously, they start flame wars. They know it's gonna get a whole bunch of hits. People are gonna click on it just to damn troll. And you know, it's amazing how many fanboys on that, just how biased they are. And they go by many names: corporate slaves, plastic lovers, whatever. But to me, they're all the same. They all defend the company that could give two shits about them. If it's Sony, if it's Microsoft, if it's Nintendo, uh, you can even go into single video games. You can go to third party companies, EA, Activision. It doesn't matter. These guys will blindly defend these companies, and always wonder why. What did they do for you outside of releasing said favorite whatever that favorite title or whatever that favorite hardware is? What else did they do for you? Did they come to your house with with a check? 'Cause it just seems like a lot of these guys should be getting paid to do to pretty much promote you know the brand that they love and talk down on the competition when you know I look at it like this: you need competition, you need those other companies to exist so that whatever your console your preference is you know will stay will stay will, will get better. Is essentially what I'm trying to say. Will stay really good. Won't get stagnant. Won't get stale. Look at Madden. Madden, EA buys the license to Madden, and look what Madden's become. Rarely any changes. Why do they need to make fucking changes? They're the only. They have they are sole users of the NFL license. No one else can make Madden games. I mean, no one else can make NFL games actually use the names of the teams, the names of the players, coaches, whatever. No other company can do that. So EA looks at it as they have no choice but to buy this product. We're gonna keep buying. We're gonna keep buying the license, and we're gonna keep coming out with the same game. We're not gonna make very many changes because making upgrades and all that costs money. You know, why spend more than you have to when you can come out with the same slightly upgrade. You can come out with that same thing, and people are still gonna it's gonna sell just as much as it did with the previous time. Now, that's what I mean by it becomes stale and stagnant if competition doesn't exist. Look at and plus EA, I think that in terms of sports, I think they're afraid of 2K. We saw 2K what they're doing with the basketball thing. 2K that doesn't even buy the license. They keep it open. It's like 2K is essentially saying, we can make a better NBA game than you can, and they have um, NBA Live 14 is terrible. I've played the demo. It's terrible. Definitely not touching 2K. But I'm getting off topic. You know, Mainly the point here is competition is important. And say for instance, Sony, Nintendo goes out and you only got Microsoft. They're gonna be the sole provider of console gaming. They're gonna get pretty lax, because they know people gotta buy their console to to play the games on. or unless you're PC, whatever. But say it's just Microsoft. A lot of people don't play PC. They only got to play that. They can only play that console. So Microsoft essentially is gonna say, well, like pretty much, well, why make upgrades? I mean, we can half-ass it. People are gonna buy it because they have no choice. That could go the same, be the same for Sony. It could be the same if if it was only Nintendo. So I think these other consoles, have to exist. And to me, you're not a real gamer, if you shoot down, one console saying it doesn't have any, it doesn't or never had any games. I see people say, all ends of the spectrum. I see people say, well, Microsoft, they really don't have no games. They really didn't do anything in terms of innovation, and they didn't bring nothing to gaming. Get the fuck out of here. Or people say, well, Sony didn't bring nothing. Sony doesn't have any good first party games. Or people still like with Nintendo. Nah, I understand the Wii U has been struggling, but I think the console still has great potential. People like to bash on it, whatever. Of course, it started out slow. And I will not defend it. If somebody fucks up, then point it out. And there's no reason to defend them. I mean, it's clear as day. Everyone can see it. You see they fucked up. And you saw Nintendo fucked up with their launch. They not necessarily. I want to say necessarily it was of course it was the games first starting out, because we didn't, you had the Zombie U, had Mario, but it's later, and it's mainly come from their advertising. They haven't advertised well, um, and it's mainly been that they haven't advertised well, and you know a lot of the games, a lot of games are good, really good, but they're not those system sellers. They're not the Mario Kart. They're not the we don't know X is gonna come out. It's not the Smash Brothers. It's not Zelda. Although 3D World has been pretty good. They have some other games that's been pretty good, but it's not really any system sellers. But it's mainly come from advertising. They haven't advertised it. Tell me, how many on TV, even on ads on different websites, how often do you see Wii U advertisements for games? I see Xbox. I just saw one not too long ago. It was showing Dead Rising 3. Saw PlayStation 4. Showed Killzone Shadowfall. What else did it show? Sony's commercials are pretty weird. But they actually have advertisements that show off their games in one form or another, to have people actually thinking about the games, because that's the point of advertising, is to actually show off games. And I think that's been a problem with Nintendo. But I'm pointing out what their problem is. But I don't want to say, well, I hope they fail, like so many people is going out and saying. I don't want no, there's no point in that. I want them to survive. I think 2014 is gonna be pretty good. A lot of dates for their games have not been announced, but supposedly like Smash Bros coming out. VGX comes on later today, so hopefully we see something new with that. X, don't know. You're probably gonna hear something more about that next year. Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Bayonetta 2, all I believe come out next year. So just those three games alone is a really big thing, especially if they advertise it well. And I think when it comes to when it's gonna come to Smash Brothers, I think they're gonna advertise it well. Reggie has went on saying that he's gonna advertise. They've done a poor job of advertising, and they need to do a better job with advertising. Most of their software. But I'm getting a little off track. I'm talking about the Wii. Kind of went on the tangent with the Wii U. It goes the same with we got these Microsoft Sony guys, and I know I'm a bit late on this, but you know, when um when the PlayStation 4 first came out, November 15th, of course, you had a lot of guys just making Amazon posts saying, "Oh, my PlayStation 4 broke" or whatever. And I'm not saying no one's PlayStation 4 didn't break, but you had the guy saying, "Well, just making up stuff saying that PlayStation 4 broke," and it's been done to the same extent with the Xbox One. You got the guys going back and forth. You even had a guy, Sony guy, who even before the console launched, he was already saying he was gonna go and put false reviews like that saying his Xbox One broke. Wow, and that. And for guys who PlayStation 4s who actually broke, I mean, that's a legitimate problem. You actually joking with something like that? Just because you like one piece of plastic over another. The gaming community, um, in terms of guys who become slaves of these companies, has risen to another level. I can remember back, the days of Super Nintendo, Sega. You had the people who preferred one or the other, but obviously in the day is the days of the internet, and you have people who just get into absolute, flame wars over what? Ask yourself, what are you fussing? Why are you so angry? Why do you have to defend your purchase? If someone thinks, if someone prefers another console or another, what's the problem? You know, you got you got people who said, the Xbox One had a problem. You got the Sony guy saying, well, that's, oh man, exposed. Not the fact that somebody just, that console just broke. You don't care about that. It's not the fact that, I don't give a damn what console it is. It fucking sucks if you drop that much money on a piece of hardware and it breaks. I don't give a damn what console it is. PlayStation 4, Wii U, doesn't matter. But the fact that, just because you like that other piece of plastic over, that particular one, oh man, expose faulty consoles. And it goes the same for, any consoles. The PC guys, that platform. You got, of course, you got the leaders with that. But all I'm saying is, the other, the other companies have to exist for your company to, you know, to, to improve, because they're in constant competition with each other. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to make a better product, which in turn makes, the entire, gaming industry better. It advances the gaming industry because everybody's competing in terms of getting, you know, getting the software out, hardware, improving on hardware, getting out better games. And that's what we want. I don't give a damn what consoles. We want better games, and that's what it comes down to. We want better games. We want the competition to stay there. We want Nintendo to do well. We want Sony to do well, and you want Microsoft to do well. I don't see how that's hard to understand. And if people, get their head out, one particular company's ass, and look at it from, a gamer's perspective, and only thing that matters is the games, no matter what console it's for. If you want to play a game, for instance, um, I want to get a PlayStation 4 to play Instinct. I want to get a Wii U to play Smash Brothers. I want to get an Xbox One to play Halo. Those are 3 games I want to play. And no one's going to stop me from playing those games based on a biased opinion that they'd like to throw off as fact. But this video is getting a little bit too long. I'm out. Leave that fanboy shit at home. For real. Leave it at home, because you limit yourself based on a biased opinion. You limit yourself to one console. You're only hurting yourself. And that's pretty much all I want to say. hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm out.